lockout that British Petroleum has placed on our members. Yet another day that our members continue to be out in the street without pay, based on British Petroleum's bad faith bargaining and their decision to lock out these members. Since the company had passed the final proposal, that was the last best and final proposal that was rejected by 98% of our members, the company decided it was a good idea to come back to the table with an even worse proposal. We rejected that proposal. The company then, 4 hours later, issued us notice of their intent to lock us out. We've continued to be locked out for over a week now. Since that time, we've sent numerous communications to British Petroleum, letting them know that we want to get back to the table, continue bargaining, letting them know that we want our members to be able to return to work under previous terms and conditions. We have not received a single response from British Petroleum. Instead, refinery leadership continues to put videos out stating that the only way to end this lockout is for our members to accept the final proposal that is worse than the one that they had previously rejected by 98%. So that's the current state of the negotiations. We are going to continue to reach out to British Petroleum and let them know that we want to return to work, return to the table. In the meantime, our membership has made it very clear that they're solid, they're standing together in solidarity, and they're going to continue to stay out as long as it takes to win this fight. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to our USW President, Roxana Brown.
Sean and District 7 Director Mike Millsap and the entire team and committee who's standing behind us working around the set of bargaining with British Petroleum, just for their leadership. It's been incredible leadership on your behalf. And to the members of 7-1, you know, I'm here today to stand in solidarity with them on behalf of our international and to make it clear that the full weight and support of the entire international union of the steelworkers stands with our members here at 7-1. We want to be clear that where we are right now is not necessary. Earlier this year, our union worked with the industry to set a pattern for the oil industry. This is a 60-plus year process that this union has been involved in when it comes to the oil sector. We set a pattern that is followed by the industry. British Petroleum has chosen to not follow that pattern. Instead, they chose to go down a path that tries to cut our members' wages, cuts jobs, tries to weaken our rights and our collective bargaining agreements, and takes us down a path to weaken the rights and the livelihoods of our members. And that is something that this union is not going to do. We are not going to stand for that. And we are here in force. Look around this room. It's not just steelworker members. There are members of the community as well. Because everyone knows what's going on here is wrong. What British Petroleum is doing is unlawful. It's not just dangerous to our members and their livelihood, it's dangerous to the community. Instead of having people who know the work of that refinery, who know how to do that job safely, who help to keep this community safe every single day, they're scabs in there doing our members' jobs, making this community less safe. We will not stand for it. We are demanding that British Petroleum come back to the table, bargain with us in good faith. This can be done if they come to the table and bargain with us for an agreement that our members deserve. Thank you.
Yeah!
Now I'd like to introduce our USW District 7 Director, Michael Millsap.
Love you guys. This is a $1 billion company that picked this fight with us. It's a fight that we didn't ask for, and it's a fight that we won't back down from. Right? If you think you just took 800 members out You took the whole USW on. And so this will be a fight that we will win, but they need to come to the table and they need to bargain fairly. Again, it's a $1 billion company that put concessions on the table. There's no reason for this. They're not hurting financially. There's no reason for them to come here and try to take the working class and lower their standard of living. It absolutely was an unnecessary fight, and they can stop it, and all they gotta do is come to the table. We have a tremendous amount of support from the community, the different businesses, the different unions, all our local union members. We're in for the long haul, if that's what they want to have. So again, we're asking and demanding that they bring their asses to the table in this bargain fairly, and just put these employees back to work where they belong. Thank you.
So to set the record straight, we've heard some things in the media that the company has been stating, and just some questions that people in the community have. One thing that's important that we need to address is that this is a lockout. This is not a strike. This membership did not choose to walk away from these jobs. This membership expected us to continue to stay at the table and bargain while they stayed in the plant and continued to keep the refinery running. This is a decision by the executives at British Petroleum. And this is a decision that seemed like it had been imminent since prior to negotiations. Management had been telling workers inside the plant during negotiations that a strike or a lockout was imminent. So it seemed like this has been predestined from day one. We're prepared for the fight, but we're not asking for it. Some of the other questions about what is the union asking for? Why does the union want this? We are not locked out because of what we're asking for. The company has not once stated that our proposals were out of line. The reason that the company chose to lock us out is because we have not voluntarily accepted a proposal that would eliminate over 100 union jobs and contract those jobs out to out-of-state workers. We have not voluntarily agreed to eliminating our legal bargaining rights, and we won't. We have not agreed to wage cuts across the board, and we won't. So that's why we're here today. So with that, take any questions from the press.
What impact has this been having on workers?
Well, obviously, it's stressful for workers. It's stressful for families. Most of our members have been looking around trying to find jobs, whether it's temporary or permanent. People are doing their best to try to find out what kind of resources are available to them. But when you're in a state of not knowing if this is going to be a day, a week, a month, or a year, it makes it difficult for people to plan what to do next. So we've been working together to try to make sure that everyone understands what resources are available, but it's quite stressful for our members.
It's even more stressful, Joseph, when BP won't come to the table and bargain with us. We want to bargain. We want to bargain tomorrow. We'll bargain tonight. We'll bargain the next day. We'll bargain next week. But it is BP who's made the decision not to come to the table.
So with the lockout, obviously, you've got people, obviously out there. So what is it specifically that's not, how is this affecting people when you talk about people looking for other work, but as far as you guys on a day-to-day basis with things, daily tasks, what kinds of things are, not happening and not taking place now, and how does that affect, everybody in here, but also everybody maybe around the community as well?
From the community standpoint, the 800 of our members that have decades of experience running that plant, that highly complex plant, are not in the running. Right now, we've got people from out of state coming in to run it. We've got management folks who that's not their job. And they've received a few hours of training here and there, and the company claims that they're highly skilled, highly trained employees. And anybody knows that that's not the case.
What kind of possibly safety issues could that create if they're not, properly trained?
Even with the 800 members that are currently being locked out, even with us in that plant, it's a dangerous place. Every day, it's a struggle to make sure that runs. When the company doesn't want to put money into fixing equipment, the company doesn't want to put money into the latest and greatest technologies, the company wants to do everything as cheaply as possible. it's a dangerous place. And without people that do that on a daily basis, it's an incredibly dangerous.
Listen, there's a fire a week at refineries, a fire a week. The difference is the people who are maintaining that and managing that, to Eric's point, know what they're doing. So when you think about our members, it's not just about the jobs that they're doing to refine. We also need to think about them as kind of the first lines of defense when it comes to community safety. So a fire a week at a refinery, you don't hear about that. Why? Because our members, and we represent 70% of the refining capacity in the United States. You don't hear about it because our members know their work. They know their job. To Eric's point, you got folks in that refinery right now that don't know our members' jobs. They don't know how to contain a potential hazard or risk that could show up in this refinery. So that's the key safety piece that we're focused on.
Does that refinery explosion that just happened in Texas really reinforce the need to have the experienced members?
Absolutely, because the key about what happened at Valero is there were no casualties. Because our folks knew their job, they knew what to do to contain it, they knew what to do to mitigate any casualties or any significant injuries. So that's a perfect example.
Ms. Brown, BP has claimed that they need these cuts or changes in the contract in order to be competitive. I know you have a lot of experience with the oil industry. What do you think about that?
Pardon me while I manage my laughter. They made $8 billion last year. They want to cut our members' wages. They made $8 billion last year. I'm sorry, we have a lot of our folks here from 701. Did you make $8 billion last year?
No.
Did the community of Whiting make $8 billion last year?
No.
Thank you, ma'am, for your question.
They have the money to pay their CEO, what, $13 million for a bonus?
Exactly.
$16 million.
What would you want us to say in the news media about how people in the community and in unions can help support you guys?
Absolutely great question. The community's been outstanding. Daily, we're receiving, people are walking in with, whether it's checks, cash, food, donations, firewood, offering to help on the picket lines. We have a website set up called supportoilworkers.com. That's correct, right? Yes. Supportoilworkers.com. That's the landing page that people could go to. That'll give them all the options that's at their disposal. Jim?
For Roxanne, you said you got the full weight of the steel workers' entire union behind this effort. What do you mean by that?
You know, we are 850,000 strong between the United States and Canada. And steelworkers, the number one thing that holds us together is solidarity. And our members across our entire union in both countries stand in solidarity with our members here at 7-1. We also have an incredibly talented staff with departments in our union who are experts in communication, in bargaining, in research. We are utilizing the full resources of our union for its own.
Anybody else?
Is there an update too on just where the negotiations are right now?
We are prepared to return to the bargaining table. We've offered to return to the bargaining table numerous times. We will continue to do so. Again, as of right now, the company continues to state that they will continue to bargain in good faith, provided that we return and agree to the last proposal, which, last time I checked, that's not bargaining.
Yeah, British company locking out American workers.
All right, thanks everybody. Appreciate you coming out.